Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, my name is Devance and this is Devance Empire. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can always receive an alert of every video that we do upload in our YouTube channel.
Devance Empire. Devance Empire. Tunawaletea habari moto moto. Songea karibu tukupashe. Devance Empire. Tunakupa unachotaka wewe. Tunakupenda sana wewe. Devance Empire. Tuko hapa kwa ajili yako.
In today's video, I am going to talk about one famous comedian known as Mulamwah, and this is because of a post he made on his Instagram page on the 13th of April concerning cyberbullying. The young man wrote a very sad and long post, as you can see it there, addressing the issue of cyberbullying. The man has been living in so much pain. In his post, as you see it, he has been talking about a lot of negativity, a lot of people trolling on him, people speaking negative things to him, until he got to a point where he couldn't take it anymore. As he says, it's due to the cyberbullying that he even lost his child, who was 3 months old. So sad. May the child rest in peace, and we are very sorry for you, Mulamwah. I know very many people could be finding it very difficult and strange, a strong man like Mulamwah to give up and post it on social media that he has given up because of what people are saying. But let me tell you something. Cyberbullying is real. Cyberbullying is something that you might not want for yourself. It is something that you would not even wish for your own enemy. Because when we talk about cyberbullying, people tend to embarrass you, people tend to bully you. Now, some people do not know the meaning of bullying because of maybe social status or social class. Now, bullying mostly occurs in schools. It is an activity that started mostly in schools, especially high schools or boarding schools, where you take your child to school and leave them in school for some duration of months to learn, and then after some time you can come and collect your child and stay with them back at home. Now, in most cases it happens that when a child is introduced into a new school or a new institution, those who are already there tend to bully this particular child. They tend to make them do things that seem unrealistic or not real. For example, let's talk about a case where you take your child to high school. Your child joins Form 1 or Form 2. The moment they get into school, they'll find other kids who are already there before, who happen to pretend or assume that they are the original owners of the school. Now that you who has joined them, you are a visitor and you are supposed to be a slave to them. So you'll find the older students tending to bully the new child who has come by making them do things that are not realistic. For example, they would make them wash their clothes, or polish their shoes, or spread their beds, or do their assignments for them. If they don't, then they will subject them to some particular torture, which is so sad, which is so painful. Many people who are bullied, especially students or even staff members, tend to commit suicide. Yes, some go to an extent of taking away their life, which is so sad. Very few people would have the strength to endure all the pain and suffering that comes with cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is so painful. Let me tell you the truth. And that is the reason why people nowadays do not want to be famous. But then, even if you don't want to be famous, at a given point you may just become famous. Now, I don't know what causes hatred in social media, because people can use the internet for different purposes. You can use it to appreciate somebody. If you don't like something about someone, why don't you slide into the inbox and tell them, you know what, bro, I don't like this thing about you. Change. You know what, girl, stop doing this because you are irritating me. Change. And if somebody is not making you happy, it won't cost you much to just block them so that you do not see their posts. It's so sad abusing somebody because of something they have done on social media. You know, in a recent post, There's this girl called Azzi Ayad, I don't know, Zayad or Azzi Ayad, who trended for dancing a song that went viral on social media by Major and one other girl, I do not know what her name is. She trended so much, but then she never abused anybody, she never insulted anyone, but people ganged against her and started abusing her and telling her all sorts of things. Some went to an extent of abusing her from her body appearance, which we call body shaming. That was wrong. Recently in Kenya, another girl called Brenda got healed from coronavirus, but then what was the attack of people on social media? People abused her, people called her names, some went to an extent of sharing her nudes on social media. Surely, is that one really good? Before you take your keyboard or computer or phone and type a negative comment on somebody's post, I want you to sit back and ask yourself this question: if it were me, would I be happy about it? And then decide whether you can press send or not. Because cyberbullying is painful. It is so sad seeing people digging into your private life just because you became famous. Why the hate? Why don't you just learn to appreciate people? If you don't love something about someone, go into the inbox. And then, before I end this video, allow me to talk to those people who have fallen victims of cyberbullying. Being abused is not the end of life. Being body shamed is not the end of life. What people say has no much impact in your life. Only if you give it attention, then it will hurt you. If you come across a negative comment in social media, you know it's not true. Somebody might be abusing you, somebody might be body shaming you, maybe somebody could be trolling you. Please do not read that post twice. Read it once and just pass it. Don't even mind about deleting it, just let it be. You understand? Do not care much about the negative comments unless they are true. But if they are not true, pass them. Focus on those who love you, because in this world you cannot please everybody. You cannot make everyone happy. It is impossible. You can't. And if you want to do things to make people happy, you will hurt yourself at the end of the day. One man's meat is another person's poison. That which you love, to someone else, it is poison. One man's meat is another person's poison. I want you to understand that point very well. So stop giving much attention to negativities. And this goes to YouTubers, celebrities, such as musicians, politicians. Stop giving attention to negative comments. You understand? If you want to live long, focus on those who love you. Do what you love. As long as you're not hurting anybody, continue doing it. Because even if today you decide that you are going to start doing things according to the way your enemies want them, you will still not make them happy. At the end of the day, they will still find names to call you, they will still abuse you, they will still comment negatively. So if you know what is good for you, do the right thing. And until next time, this is Devance Empire. End of discussion.
Devance Empire. Devance Empire. Tunawaletea habari moto moto. Songea karibu tukupashe. Devance Empire. Tunakupa unachotaka wewe. Tunakupenda sana wewe. Devance Empire. Tuko hapa kwa ajili yako.